Hi guys, so today I'd like to share with you um, a little storytelling. Once upon a time, a younger version of me decided to do Camino de Santiago because I have listened that when we have some challenges to overcome, doing the Camino is a good way to find the answer. And so I had a lot of things in my life that I didn't know how to deal with, and I was just like, okay, I want some guidance. And so, without preparing too much, I prepared my backpack. I saved some money, little money, and I decided to go. To start with, I was lost. I went to the wrong city on my first day. I took the bus from London to Paris, and then from Paris I took a connection, and I went to the wrong town. Arriving in this wrong town, using my little French, I asked for help for a girl that looked my age, and she spoke English with me, and she said, you're in the wrong city, but you can sleep in my couch tonight, and where you need to go is like 20 minutes from where I live. You can go walking to the train station. So that was the first miracle. When I decided to, when I start going to the right town, I take the right train. I arrive in the town that is called Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, and I have no idea which direction the Camino starts. So it is like maybe 1 p.m. It's 8th of August. It was fairly hot, and because I didn't prepare a lot, I took a heavy jacket. So I was sweating a lot. Then I find out that it's the Peregrino office that you can go and you ask for help. I went there, I got my Peregrine passport, and I started my journey. The first day is the stupidest day of the walk from this path that starts in France. It is very intense, especially because you are carrying your backpack. It's very hot and you're just walking. So on my first day, when I finally find the right direction, I'm doing this by myself. I don't have a map. I'm just following the arrows, just as it was supposed to be. As I'm following the arrows, I ask for some people that are like, can I walk with you because I don't know what I'm doing? And these people find me strange and they don't walk with me. So when I start climbing the mountain, I have such a difficulty to breathe because I'm not used to that type of exercise. It is so hot, I'm sweating so much, and I start feeling that I'm gonna die because I cannot breathe. And I keep walking slowly, but I have this difficulty to breathe. And then at some point I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna die. I need to sit down and to calm down. So I searched for a tree and I seated under this tree, and I closed my eyes. I sat in lotus position and I sat praying, and I spoke with God, and I said, God, I'm really angry with you for so many different reasons. I don't understand why you let me to do this Camino, and it's so difficult, and I feel I'm gonna give up day one after maybe 4 or 5 hours walking. I need help. If you want me to do this Camino, you need to help me. Please send me help. And I didn't know what help would look like. But when I opened my eyes from this prayer meditation, I looked to the other side of the road. It's a small road because it's like a trail. That is a stick, my height, made from wood, lying down in there. I have not seen that stick when I sit in there, but that stick helped me to climb the rest of the mountain. So that was my second miracle. And as the day passed by, I was feeling so full of life, so full of joy, so happy. And I was just like, you know what? Life is just amazing. And I had the chance to meet so many wonderful people, some teenagers that were doing it like 16, 17, 18. I met older couples on the 70 doing the walk. I met people my age, people from all over the world. I could speak in different languages with them. They had patience with me. And I felt that I was learning so much, that I was experiencing God in such a profound way. In living also like a time out of the time, something that is called kairos, that is just a time for the pleasure, for enjoyment of life. And so imagine you have a day that you don't need to work, you don't need to cook, you don't need to clean. The only thing that you need to do is to walk. So it's a very different way to experience your time. And you feel very connected with the people that you have the chance to meet in the Camino. And it's very powerful. So, but if you remember from the beginning of this story, I was doing it because I wanted to work in my inner emotions that was unresolved. So I was there living my best life, feeling so great, feeling so full of life, feeling, so good with myself. And in the middle of that moment that I was feeling so good, something happened that completely dragged me down. I was in a completely different country, completely different people around me, and the same self-hate, self-doubt feeling started creeping in and started making me feel anxious and fearful, and it started making me feel like angry. And that was the moment that I learned a very deep lesson in life. That is, it doesn't matter where you go, what you do, but your emotional baggage, you take it with you, because there is no other way around it. Who you are is who you are. And what really dictates the way that we feel about life is our inner experience. And that was such a deep lesson for me that day. I cried a lot by a river, so it was quite cinematographic, this suffering at that point. And I still couldn't understand, if I'm doing this to feel good, why am I feeling bad? What the heck? What am I doing wrong? And I would go to every church in the way. I would go inside of the church and I would pray for guidance and for clearing my mind. Because one of the things that I felt is that I didn't know what was my purpose. I didn't know what was my life mission, what I was doing here, and all of that. So as I was asking for the help, going in every church, I think things started to not to clear up about what was my purpose itself, but I started feeling in peace with the idea of God for the first time in my life, I guess. So it was something very powerful and beautiful. I'm here telling you this long story to say that this is why self-development is the most important thing that you can do in your life. Because it doesn't matter if you have lots of money, little money, if you are with stability, if you are going through a turmoil in your life. What really matters is the way that you experience your inner life, because that is what's gonna say how much you can handle of adversity and how much you can handle of the things that are happening with you. So this is my video as an invitation and a reminder of be curious about your inner life, because it's the most precious and powerful thing in your life, and that are so many different ways to experience self-development, which means self-intimacy and being in contact with your spirituality. That is several different ways to find yourself. So I wish you a good day and bye now.